Hello everyone, welcome on back to Moss Valley. Alright, well, first things first, I do want to do something real quick. We're gaining a lot in slurry right now, so I think what I'm gonna be doing, I think we're at like 30-some thousand liters already, and it feels like we've hardly done much at all. Yeah, and they were at like 20,000 last month. They're gaining quick. A lot quicker than I had, well, initially thought they would be, so I'm gonna go and rent this one, and what I'll do, this way I can just keep it. I'm just gonna keep it on the farm and just continuously, fill it up. And then when we need, we'll obviously sell the slurry. Because right now, we're gonna be selling it every, like, 2-3 months, and that's pretty often, so... Yeah, I did accept one contract. It is a spraying contract. It was $4,000, and it was for herbicide, spraying weeds. So I figured it kind of worked out pretty well because we do obviously have this field here that does have weeds to be sprayed, so I can do both right away, and we'll make a little extra money even on the side. Now, see, today for April we do have the soybeans. They are to be planted today. Yeah, that's like the big ticket item we got today, is obviously getting those planted. Alright, let's pick this up. That way we have it, and like I said, I'll just continuously be filling it up. That way I don't have to continuously rent it all the time either, so it should be a little bit probably cheaper in the long run, I would think, because because really we're only be using it for a couple of months, and then it should be good. Basically, probably end of the year, maybe. Really, it actually depends on when the water buffalo are out of food, which they're eating fairly quick, so a couple of months at this rate. Then we'll be selling the slurry then, and then we'll be done with that portion. Because obviously the hayfield, for the most part, is done. I don't plan on cutting it again, nor do I think we probably have the time. I don't think we're too terribly far out from the canola even. Oh no, that's ready about the same time as the oats. And the oats were just planted last month, so we got a couple of months here in between. Alright, let's just get this over here. I might need to back this up. That way it's over to the trigger, or in that trigger area. Yeah, we'll get this emptied, and then I'll pick up the sprayer, and we can probably head to that field down there first. We'll do the contract first. Then we can do our own. It's a little bit until harvest. We're talking July, it looks like, is probably the first harvest. Yeah, be the oats and canola that month. Cotton is not until October, November, and I want to say soybeans, yeah, October, November. So we have a couple of months here. I know for certain June we'll be probably trying to sell some soybeans. We won't be selling them all, but we will be trying to sell some of them. We do have 200,000 liters right now at the moment. And obviously we'll be getting even more once that field right there is all harvested. Which right now it's not even planted, but we'll get there here shortly. It'll be planted. Alright, so we are just about out here to the contract, which I'm not going to lie, it is farther out here than I thought it was. I initially drove to 78. I thought it was field 78. But it's a little bit farther down than I had thought. Because we've done stuff in 78 numerous times, so I just kind of assumed it was the same field again. I probably should have not unfolded that yet, because I'm going to hit the tree. Let's get this in here. Alright, let's get steering assist on, make this nice and easy. It probably won't take too long. Doesn't look like it's a massive field in any means, so won't take too long in that that way. So then obviously once this is done, we'll probably just race right back, do our own field, the oat field. Then we'll probably have to worry about getting the soybeans planted, because that will take a while. I know that takes a while. Every time it takes a while, so we'll have to make sure and get that done too today. So I don't think this will take too bad. Well, I think let's go ahead and start a time lapse for this. I'll probably do the oats as well. So I'll check everyone once the time lapse is done.
Look at the sky, the sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky, the sun won't ask, the sun won't ask the world if it can rise.
Alright, so we're just about done with the spraying, or at least I think I am. It's hard to tell. I think there might be a little bit left on the right of us here, and I think there's a little bit left over there. If I remember right, based off of how the lines are in this field, it'd be a little bit right back there and then a little bit over there. But we can obviously verify that once we get to the end of this strip, just to verify that we even have to do those bits, but I think there should be just those two little pieces. See if I'm right on my guess on how this field works out. Yep, one strip here and one strip here. Say, if I remember right on these edge... Yep, there's like a random piece that comes out, yeah. There's probably a small little sliver, and it widens out, looks like. The larger piece is over there, and it's not even that large of a strip. Yeah, the fields are looking good so far. Obviously, we're going to be planting the final one of Moss Valley here shortly. We'll be planting it. It is soybeans for planting this month, so of course we're going to be trying to get it in this month. That way it is ready the first of the 2 months that we have for harvesting. I know cotton is available right in that time too, so chances are what might happen is either I'll do the cotton harvest 1 month and I'll do the soybeans the next, maybe. It kind of depends on how long cotton takes to do, too. It's not a small field by any means, so it might take a while. Plus, you gotta figure in the fact that cotton harvesters are not generally very large. So when you're dealing with the field that's not even that big, it's still probably going to take a fairly long time. Kind of just one of those catch-22s, if you will. But obviously, in the end, everything will be done in the couple of months windows that we'll have for them. But You know, it might just be done in the last of the 2 months or something. You know, we'll figure something out. I'm not too concerned about that. Obviously, I'm going to get something figured out. Where the heck was that piece? And I don't know how I missed it. I don't know how I missed that. I thought I did a really good job in here. I don't see it. I'm right on it, though. It's once... Oh, yeah, I can kind of see it now. It's just a small little strip in here. Yeah, it's just this little strip right here. There we go. Now we're going to get this whole field done. I'm guessing I started that sprayer a little bit late when I came up to do this strip because I didn't see any. So I was like, oh, we got most of it already, I guess. But yeah, probably should have just followed the line and been done the first time. I'll have to check. I don't think I did the daily riding yet for Thor, so that is going to be needed in a little bit here. So I'm going to get this backed up in here. Slowly and surely. If I can not hit the barn, that would be even better. I think I hit it again. But let's grab Thor here. We'll just get the daily riding done quick. Then we'll hop into the John Deere and we'll get, obviously, this huge soybean field here finished out, which obviously does take a while. I'm going to warn you now, it is a very, very long time lapse. Granted, the spraying might be fairly long. It's hard to say because I'll end up cutting out the driving in between the fields, so might not be as long as I think it was. Still probably fairly long. The really driving in between took, what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Like, it's not that long compared to the actual spraying time. Yeah, if I had to guess, next time what we'll be doing is obviously we'll be spraying the soybean field. It'll be the final field to spray, unless we do contracts. We'll have some soybeans to sell the following month. I'll probably end up doing May and June in the same videos, my guess. We'll probably end up selling some soybeans. Maybe there's a contract or something. It really depends how long the spraying will take. The spraying is going to take a while. I do have to collect that contract, too. I didn't do that, so I probably should get that collected, get my $4,000. Not that we really needed the $4,000, to be honest. I think we're doing just fine. You hardly even notice the $4,000 extra in the bank account. But, earlier on, it would have been great to obviously have $4,000 for something that really didn't take that long. But, you know, now it's like, $4,000, that's it. I'm pretty sure I make that in my sleep, literally, right now. I think the wind turbine probably makes enough for that. Alright, let's get Thor cleaned up. I think more likely he is like fully, probably best price to sell, is my guess already. But, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to sell him right now. We already have, you know, the food in here for him. I don't think I'm going to sell him right now because he's only going to be around for a couple more months until the series is done. So I'm just going to keep him. We have the food already in here, so it's not like he's hurting anything by being around right now. Alright, let's grab soybeans. There we go. Get this unfolded. Yeah, like I said, this takes a mighty, mighty long time. Mighty, mighty long time. So let's get this backed up all the way, get it lowered and turned on, and I'll hit the steering assist. That is not the line I meant to go down. I looked down to make sure I hit the right key, and in that split second, the line changed to that direction. Not sure why I would go that direction, but I guess the game wanted me to go that way. Obviously we're going to have plenty of seeds and fertilizer left over. I'm not sure what we can really do with it. I don't think we have the ability to even sell. Well, the sell everything could sell it. But yeah, it's only the sell everything. I'm not going to sell it at the sell everything. Like I said, when I accidentally sold the dairy, it was only for dairy products that now don't have a sell point. The only time I'm going to do that. So obviously not gonna sell the seeds and stuff at the sell everything. If there's no spot for it, it won't be sold. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be some like planting contracts or something I could do in the meantime. You know, we can use up some of the seeds and fertilizer that we have and just gain a little bit of money in the end. But obviously, is that going to be worth it for us? You know, the $5,000 that we'd make. You know, what else could we do in that time, or would that be better off doing? I don't know. It really depends on the field, I guess, for the contract. I haven't really seen many fields for planting for contracts yet. I'm trying to remember the last time I saw one. It's been a while. It's been a while, so... That's saying there even is one, I guess. I don't recall seeing one for a while, so... Maybe they're just not showing up anymore? And I'll get that raised up and... try to go in this direction. Yeah, this is 2 around on the edge of the field. So we'll be doing the full 2 around because you want as much space as you can on the bottom here, or even at the top, to get turned around and situated to go take another run at it. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and start with another time lapse. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Look at the sky. The sun won't ask for what if it can rise. Look at your mind and ask yourself what keeps you trapped inside. Look at the lies that follow you when you run and hide. Look at the sky. The sun won't ask. 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 The world if it can rise.
Alright, so we're on the final strip of the soybeans. The final field that we'll have to plant in Moss Valley. It's right here. It literally is just about done. There's a little bit down there that was missed, but it's basically done. It's a little bit, it's always weird. It's kind of like, dang, this is the last time planting this field, using this drill. Heck, it's possible it's one of the last times we used the John Deere. This was primarily the tractor we used to plant. So if we're not planting, then it won't get used. So, I mean, it's just kind of weird to think in that way. You think, dang, this might be the last time we use a lot of this stuff. What are the chances in other series of me being able to afford, what, this is an 8RT? 9RX. 8RT is, I think that's a tracked one. I'm seeing 8R. So, probably just tracked version of this. That was my guess. I'm not sure where the option of that is, but I'm guessing, yep, 8RT is the tracked version. That's what I was thinking of. So we got the 9RX to be exact, which is the top of the line. I didn't realize it was the top of the line one, but it is. So, well, more you know, I guess. I don't always keep up with obviously what's going on in the world of John Deere, so lots of different models. Yeah, the last time we'll be planting this field on this map, more than likely, unless there's some sort of contract. Well, I don't foresee that happening. And then, obviously, as we slowly move through here and do these harvests, it'll be the last times we'll be doing harvests in a lot of these fields. It's always a weird feeling, knowing that it's basically done. But, yeah, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.